जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ शिवरता जय गोपी जन वल्लभ शिवरता यशोधनंदन व्रजजानन यशोधनंदन व्रजजानन यमुना तीरा
मुनती
यमुना तीरा
बनचारी
जय
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Radha,
जय राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा माधव
Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna,
जय राधे जय कृष्णा जय राधे जय कृष्णा
Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Pati Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya
राधे
Radhe, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura.
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
Jaya Sri Pada, Sri Pada, Jaya Sri Pada,
जय
Jaya Sri
पद जय श्री पद जय श्री पद निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
पावन श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्री
जय
श्री गौर जय, श्री श्रीपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So today we'll be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, chapter 9, text 4. Na vayam tvamare daite siddha gandharva charane nasprushta purvam janimo lokeshes chakuto nridi na vayam daite siddha gandharva charane nasprushya purvam janimo lokeshes chakuto nrvi. So translation, please come down. What to speak of human beings, even the demigods, demons. So what to speak of the human beings, even demigods, demons, siddhas, gandharvas, charanas, and various directors of the universe, the Prajapatis, have never touched you before. It is not that we are unable to understand your identity. It is not that we are unable to understand your identity. That means it is that we are able to understand your identity. So that Sanskrit translation is Janima Lokaishe Cha Kuta Nrivi. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu, please.
Can you zoom in the text, because somehow the text is cut by some portion. I'm not able to read the. Yeah, if you can zoom in. No, zoom out. Sorry. Yeah, zoom out.
I am not. It's not me. Someone else is doing.
Oh,
I cannot see it also.
Shravan Prabhu, you can zoom in because somehow the text is cut at some portion. I'm not able to.
I am reading from my own page.
Okay.
Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Even the Asuras observed the etiquette that no one should address a married woman with lust. The great analyst Chanakya Pandita says, Matravat Paradareshu, one should consider another's wife to be one's mother. The Asuras, the demons, took it for granted that the beautiful young woman, Mohini Murti, who had arrived before them, was certainly not married. Therefore, they assumed that no one in the world, including the demigods, the Gandharvas, Charanas, and Siddhas, had ever touched her. The demons knew that the young girl was unmarried and therefore dared to address her. They supposed that the young girl, Mohini Murti, had come there to find a husband among all those present, the Daityas, the demigods, the Gandharvas, and so on. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Deham Sri Guru Sri Tapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavasya Sri Rupam Sakrijatam Sagana Raghunatha Nitam Tam Sadevam Satvaitam Savarupam Parjanita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Sri Radha Krishna Bhagavan Samudaya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhu Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Radha Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So here we are finding the demons addressing this Mohini Murti, Sri Mohini Murti, the feminine, very attractive form of the Lord. They are daring to address her. That's actually conveying that they are lusty. Otherwise, if someone is not lusty, one will not, dare to address a Mataji. So Srila Prabhupada once again conveys that except the wife, one should always consider others as their mother. This is the standard that we have in Vedic culture. But today, if we go to other institutions, I don't want to name them, they have started this Didi concept. Prabhupada never, agreed on this point. We should always remember, when you go to other mats, they don't want to address Mataji as Mataji. They want to address them as Didi, sister. So they think that, small kids are, you cannot call them as mothers. But that's not what Srila Prabhupada conveyed us. Srila Prabhupada, again quoting Chanakya Pandit, is saying that except the wife, no one should consider anyone to be a sister even, because this desires are very strong. This lusty desire is very, very strong. So we should always restrict ourselves. So there are two ways of restricting ourselves. One is Vairagya, another is Abhyasa. I have been telling this so many times, I'm again telling it. So renouncing the modes of passion and ignorance, one should embrace the mode of goodness. If we want to control our lusty desire, this is one way of doing it. But it's very difficult to control even the mode of goodness. Lord Shiva, who is in the mode of almost, like Lord Vishnu, you can say, is almost like Lord Vishnu, but not Lord Vishnu. He has 55 qualities. 5 qualities Lord Vishnu has extra. Lord Shiva has 55 qualities. We have 50 qualities and they are not reflecting nicely. So maybe a person, a very good human being in the world may have 20 or 25 qualities. But Lord Brahma is stated to have all the 50 qualities manifest in him. So Lord Shiva, who has 5 more additional qualities. I'm talking about Lord Shiva here, not even demons. Lord Shiva, who has 5 more, additional qualities than any living entity like Lord Brahma, he got attracted to the Mohini Murti of the Lord. So actually this, not many people discuss this pastime because they don't want to get into the deeper aspects of the spiritual dimension. Because those who worship Lord Shiva, they just want to worship him in his independent glories, independent of the Lord Vishnu. But we must always understand that to them we need to bring in this type of pastimes where Lord Shiva get attracted to this beautiful enchanting form of Mohini. So even he could not control his, he got attracted to this form, Lord Shiva himself, who is as good as Lord Vishnu. So this is the beauty of the Lord, that even if he takes a feminine form, everyone is attracted. There's some special qualities the Lord has. Lord Vishnu has some special qualities. They cannot be covered, even if he takes the form of this Mohini Murti. So that's why we find that people like this pastime very much, especially in South India, this Mohini avatar and all that. They make nice drama and they try to, discuss all these things. But they fail to understand that Vishnu Maya can even enchant Lord Shiva, what to speak of all of us. Lord Shiva is a great personality. It is stated that he is none other than Supreme Lord only, but who expanded to control the mode of ignorance. But we have to remember one point, that the Lord except Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna, all other entities, including Lord Shiva or say Lord Brahma, these are the greatest demigods. In the demigods, if you have anyone like top rank personalities, like in India, like for ministry, you have Prime Minister and Home Minister. So, or Prime Minister, Deputy and Finance Minister, Home Minister. These three are the top. There can be many other ministers, Child Welfare Minister, Rural Development Minister. So many ministers can be there. But ultimately, these three, the Prime Minister, so if you consider the best of all the gods, he is Lord Vishnu, he is Lord Brahma, he is Lord Shiva. These three are the best of all the 33 crore demigods. 33 crore demigods are there. So vast number. But only these three are considered to be the finest. Now, if you look in, Lord Brahma was subjected to illusion in the Brahma Vimohan Lila. Lord Shiva got enchanted with the Mohini Murti. Okay, so therefore you can see that the level of transcendence of these two great personalities is not at par with the level of transcendence of Lord Vishnu. Now, coming to the purport, what Srila Prabhupada conveyed us, we can find that the demons have a fundamental element. What is it? Sense gratification. Atmendriya Priti Vancha is Kama and Krishnendriya Priti Vancha is Prema. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami nicely explains in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Atmendriya Priti Vancha. Atmendriya Priti Vancha means self. Self means not integrating ourselves with the Supreme Lord. This is Atmendriya Priti Vancha. That means I am only interested in gratifying my senses rather than gratifying the senses of Lord Mukunda or Lord Govinda. By serving the senses of Lord Govinda, our senses are automatically served. They are taken care. How? The senses are controlled by the mind, and mind is controlled by the intelligence. And when the intelligence is with spiritual intelligence, then automatically the mind will be with spiritual directions. The senses will be engaged spiritually. So therefore, the senses are automatically controlled. The senses cannot be, Srila Prabhupada many places explains, the senses cannot be left on their own. They must be engaged. Like in BI, we find many people, they say that I don't have scientific background, so I don't have any seva to do in BI. Srila Shripad gave the full spectrum for BI, in which brahmacharis, scientists, scholars, students, everyone can come together and work for this mission of Srila Prabhupada. So it is not that, one does not have any service in BI. We have service, but the service is motivated to this instruction of Srila Prabhupada. So if we orient our services towards that seva, just like, for example, if we have this Mangalati seva, from 5:30 a.m. to 7:15 a.m., the devotees, the bhaktas serving the deity, they're only doing Sringar seva. They're not chanting. Chanting means they're not taking a japamala and then they are focusing on Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. They're doing it mentally, but they're engaged in the Sringar seva. Similarly, if we can engage in the worldly matters with a philosophical and spiritual bent, and if we continue our actions by doing the Mahamantra chanting mentally, then obviously, if there is any mode of passion or ignorance, it will not affect us. So this Krishnendriya Priti Vanchi, if we can do this gratification of the senses of Lord Krishna, because Lord is beyond Maya, He Himself is beyond Maya. That means if he takes this Mohini form, he can even enchant Lord Shiva also, such a great personality. And these fool demons, they are thinking that we can actually know what the purpose of this, very beautiful female personality, very enchanting female personality. So that's why they're saying two negative Srila Prabhupada used in that purport. What is it? Srila Prabhupada said, unable to browse. We definitely understand the purpose of your coming to this place. So that means we do not think that we do not know why you are here. So they definitely think that they know what this great personality is, and they think that she appeared in that avenue to find a husband. So actually, those who are lusty, they themselves talk. Like you see, the demigods, they are not talking. But the demons suddenly sprang into the scene, and they started, talking to the beautiful lady. So this is also another thing that we must keep in mind, that the demons are only interested in sense gratification. So even if we are not able to gratify the senses of the Lord or the spiritual master, then we should be also called demons. We are not gross demons, but we are subtle demons. So this is demonic nature, to enjoy one's own senses and to not make the Lord enjoy his senses. That is what is demonic mentality. This is the first point, the first characteristic feature of a demon. The second characteristic feature of a demon is that the demons are envious of the Supreme Personality of God. This is the second quality they have. They want to gratify their senses. Gratifying their senses is the only business a demon has in the world. Then you may say, yes, human beings are also gratifying senses. Demons can also gratifying the senses. What is the difference? There are other things. They're attracted to the impermanent. Again, I'm quoting the verses in 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. They're attracted to the impermanent. They're attracted to, they will do things that are meant to destroy the world. They don't want to do things that would be in harmony with the system given by the Lord. What is the given system by the Lord? The system given by the Lord. The Lord is there at the top. And if there is any discrepancy, the Lord will come in and the Lord will take care of these requirements. So this is the system given by the Lord. But they don't want to accept the supremacy of the Supreme Lord. So they're envious of the Supreme Lord, and they're against the real religion, that is to surrender to the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord's act, sanction. The Supreme Lord is sanctioning certain abilities, certain rights, certain opulence for every living entity. He is already giving it. So for every living entity, the Lord is arranging nice amount of prasad, nice amount of water, nice amount of air, nice amount of clothes, nice amount of comfort, everything. The Supreme Lord is arranging everything for every living entity. He has become Paramatma and he is giving all these features. So they do not accept the position of the Supreme Lord. So everything minus Krishna consciousness is demonic. And everything towards Krishna consciousness is goodness. And everything in Krishna consciousness is pure goodness. I repeat again the statement in Hindi also. हम जो भी कर रहे हैं, अगर कृष्ण चैतन्य को निकाल के अगर हम करते हैं, वो असुर प्रवृत्ति है. और अगर कृष्ण चेतना की तरफ ले जाने वाला चीज है, वो सत्वगुणी है. और कृष्ण चेतना में अगर करते हैं तो वो शुद्ध सत्व है. What is the difference between Suddha Sattva and Sattva? The Suddha Sattva and Sattva is, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur says in Sri Harinam Chittamani, that the difference between Suddha Sattva and this so-called sattva in the world that we have is that the Suddha sattva is never contaminated by passion and ignorance. Whereas the sattva that we find in the world is actually a mixed sattva. That means it is always, the mode of passion and ignorance are dormant in it. And at any time, the mode of passion and ignorance can fructify and reduce the goodness. So the Suddha sattva is there in the spiritual world, in the spiritual planets, in the holy name of the Lord. So these are the objects in which we have the Suddha sattva. Okay. And those who are not in Suddha sattva, they are automatically in the Misra sattva. Misra sattva means even if they are in the mode of goodness, they are still affected by the passion and ignorance. Like, for example, if someone comes to meet me, I may want to help that person, but along with that help, I think about my well-being. I also think about exploiting the other person to a certain extent. I also want to convey that I'm a great personality to the other person. They should feel mesmerized about me. So where is the Lord here? There is no Lord here. I'm only thinking about myself, me, mine. That's it. So externally, I may interact with them, but if I do not accept that the Supreme Lord is residing in the other living entity and is guiding the other living entity, is guarding the other living entity, is helping the other living entity, then it's like, I may have good intentions, but behind there is a big package going on. Somewhere I want to exploit others. That tendency will automatically come, even if we are in the mode of goodness. It will not remain there. So therefore, renouncing the fruits of action, but not to the Supreme Lord, may tend to give us into the sattva, but it will always give us into the Misra sattva. So for us to remain in Suddha sattva, we should accept the spiritual objects, like the different names of the Lord, like the different forms of the Lord, like the different lokas of the Lord. These are all actually in the Suddha sattva platform. These are all in the pure goodness. In the first chapter of Sri Harinam Chittamani, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur very nicely explains all these things. Now, coming to the demons, their job is three things, as I told you. One is only sense gratification. They don't have any other business. Second thing is that they do activities that are meant to destroy the balance that exists in the world. For example, even before the birth of the demon, a particular system exists. एक बहुत ही सद्भावना तरीका से काम चलता रहता है संसार में. लेकिन एक गड़बड़ का आदमी आने से, one stupid fellow, if he comes, he will try to show that he can improve it far better. But actually what he is improving is his own ability in the eyes of people, but not improving the harmony in the system. Like for example, Srila Prabhupada gave us this wonderful example. Like World Bank is giving a lot of money to the poor people, for the needy, for development projects, so many awards and all. But Srila Prabhupada says, yes, it's already there. Whether the World Bank is there or not, people are getting their food, whatever way they want. The frog in the well is getting the food. The elephants in the forest are getting enough number of bananas. We don't need to make a World Bank for it. We should realize that material nature is designed in this way. So therefore, this type of minus Krishna consciousness and plus goodness, like serving the poor, serving the needy, without bringing the element of Krishna consciousness, is of no use. Ultimately, if they don't become spiritual, they may become good human beings. But please remember again, that this is Misra sattva. Mixed goodness. This is not Suddha sattva, pure goodness. Because Godhead is not there. It is like that. Even Sri Upanishad also says like that, oh Lord, please remove the darkness. Oh Lord, please remove my darkness. And please destroy my essence by your existence in my consciousness. Because the moment you come into existence in my consciousness, then automatically, my everything else is taken care. So very nicely, if we see last time also in the discussions I have conveyed, very nicely the Lord has arranged a beautiful system here. That according to the dominant modes of a person, that person's psyche will be there, That person's lifestyle will be there. That person's actions will be there. That person's priorities will be there. But, the Lord will remain the controller. That means whenever things are going out of control, the Lord will always intervene. Like He has arranged this nice, churning of the milk ocean for the nectar to produce. And even after the nectar produced, still the demigods are helpless because the demons are very powerful and they snatched it directly from Dharmatari. They're so powerful. They snatched it directly from Dharmatari, who appeared from the milk ocean. They just snatched it. You can imagine how much powerful they are. The divine beings who are coming out of so much hard work, they are becoming powerless. So they have become so powerful by strength. But the demigods' problem is their brain is gone. They don't think properly. They think in a negative way. They think in a way that leads them to for their own downfall, for the so-called worldly achievement. So today's environment is no different. Today also we find the same thing. Like government says, you work morning 9 till 5 o'clock, we'll give you this much pension. Okay. So people every day they are calculating in offices. Like some of my colleagues are always calculating. I have this much, I'll get that much. This is demoning. If the Supreme Lord does not sanction, we cannot even take one grain of rice and digest in our stomach. This is the fact. This is the fact. This is the fact. There are so many people who have a lot of money, but they cannot eat prasadam even once a day because the stomach is not up to the mark. The stomach is not functioning properly. So what is the use? What is the use of all the bank balance? So the demonic mentality is very much there in all of us. So we will not be able to get rid of it. We will not be able to get rid of it if we try to apply the artificial methods. That is, Vairagya is an artificial method. Vairagya is not the way to actually get rid of these things. The best way to do it is to engage the funds, engage the mind, engage everything in the service of Krishna. Because automatically when you engage something, that very consciousness, जो जिस चेतना से हम करते हैं, अगर वो चेतना अगर कृष्ण चेतना, कृष्ण बोल के एक शब्द आने से ही, it is beyond the three modes of material nature. That element called Krishna, like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This beautiful holy name, the very moment we take it, we may be contaminated with the modes of passion and ignorance and also this misread sattva, that is goodness. The moment we take this holy name, the holy name is very powerful and it will definitely bring us, refine us, remove us from polluted consciousness and bring to the highest levels of paradigm. So this balancing, like this Atmendriya, I will do a little Atmendriya Priti and then I will do little Krishnendriya Priti, chalega nahi. Long term, we will realize that we should only do Krishnendriya Priti. And Krishnendriya Priti is also very difficult at this moment because we are not doing Shuddha now. We are not doing pure chanting. So our chanting is mostly not even Namabhas. It is below even Namabhas. Okay, our chanting quality is not up to the mark. When we chant about the Lord, we don't have the intention to only accept Him as everything in our consciousness. So this, at least in Namabhas, it is stated, at least in Namabhas, we should chant the holy name of the Lord. Then only these demonic thinking will go. Otherwise, in Kali Yuga, both demigods and demons are living in the same body. There is no difference between a demigod or a demon. The devotee, morning 16 rounds, when he chants, is a demigod. And after taking prasadam at 10:30, 11, he'll start doing business. And in the business, he'll apply so many negative things. Like, for example, share market investments. Share market investment is gambling. Okay. any investment that gives us more than 10% or 7% or 8% as per the existing rate of interest is actually gambling. It's like, we are expecting too much out of it. So we will have to bear its fruit. Even 1% or 2%, if we try, we will have to bear its fruit in a very, very jeopardizing way. So all these things remain as agony. When we are about to leave the body, these things will remain in our consciousness, but we will not be able to chant the holy name purely because we already programmed our brain so much into all these demonic thinking and demonic thoughts. So we are not even able to come to the Shuddhanam stage. So what is left for us? What is left for us is the service of the spiritual master. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So spiritual master service, if the spiritual master is a pure devotee, if the spiritual master's service is also pure devotion, because the spiritual master never does anything without the approval or sanction of his spiritual master, and his spiritual master will not do anything without the sanction of the Supreme Lord ultimately. Within the parampara goes. And spiritual master gives us certain, difficult to do projects like big conferences or big books. So much seva spiritual master gives us. And the reason is that by getting into the seva, we'll forget our connection to Maya. Like Krishnendriya Priti Vanchi, if it is only 1%, Atmendriya Priti Vanchi is 99%. But if Krishnendriya Priti Vanchi is 99%, then Atmendriya Priti Vanchi is only 1%. So the demonic thinking will go away. So this demonic thinking cannot be superficially or artificially controlled by the Vairagya rule. We have to come to the Abhyasa rule, practice. Practice what? Practice serving to the spiritual master. So what is service to the spiritual master? Service to the spiritual master is, first thing is chanting. And second thing is mission of the spiritual master. Both have to be done simultaneously. One cannot do chanting and one cannot leave the mission. Both have to be done together. Many people think that if I chant my rounds, I am okay. But no. The reason is that chanting should enable us to develop the enthusiasm, patience, and determination. So that will not come for a neophyte so easily. One who is fixed in chanting the holy name, they are above the three modes of material nature, but still we are in the mode of passion. So to regulate our passion nicely, we need to have a support system. That's why Srila Prabhupada gave us this beautiful system of 16 rounds. Then the entire day engaged in the service of Sri Guru and God. It's not that after chanting 16 rounds, I'm done for the day. No. If we think like that, then these 16 rounds helps us to the extent we remember the 16 rounds in the day, and other timings, the demonic nature, the passion, the ignorance, they come into us and they'll finish us. So the purport here is that the demonic nature is to enjoy the senses, and the best way to enjoy the senses is through the opposite gender, in the association of the opposite gender according to the material existence. This is the best way. Many people think that if I eat some food when I'm hungry, I'm comfortable. But that it does not stop like that. Human tendency does not stop like that. After eating food, people want to have the association of the opposite gender. This is happening. Srila Prabhupada said, in the material world, the highest pleasure is in the association of the opposite gender. So we cannot stop it. It will come to us. So if we stay in material world, it will come to us. But if we stay in spiritual world, it will not come to us. So in the Misrad Sattva, there is always a possibility of Kamavancha, gratifying the senses. Many people think that Kamavancha means attraction to the opposite gender. No. Kamavancha means anything done to please my senses, my mind, independent of Krishna. That is Atmendriya Pritivancha. And Krishnendriya Pritivancha means anything done for the pleasure of Krishna, for the pleasure of Sri Radha Krishna, anything done, then that is Krishnendriya Pritivancha. So we have to enhance our Krishnendriya Pritivancha. So how to do it? how to do it is that when we go to job, we should think that this job is given to me by the lordships. This job is making me to balance my life for the basic necessities of life and then accelerate my spiritual consciousness. If we think like this day and night, then automatically our Krishnendriya Priti Vanchi will be very, very active and we will lose this nature of the demonic. So the third thing is the enviousness of the Supreme Lord. Of course, many of us do not have it. Because we have been listening to the past times, we have been mostly purified of this feature that we don't envy. Even if beautiful descriptions come, we don't envy. We always think that Krishna is the only enjoyer and we have to be enjoyed. It is his creation, it's his energy. So we will not commit that aparad. But two things we will be doing. What is it? The gratifying of the senses and doing things that are meant to destroy the world. Destroy the world means something like bringing a system that is already existent in the material nature. This is destroying the world. For example, pollution. Pollution is destroying what natural system has been established by the Lord. So it's a demonic activity. Causing pollution is a demonic activity. We are doing it. When we take flights, when we take trains, we are doing it, but we are helpless today. Even if we want to go on bullock cart, the system will not support us. We do not have a system like that. So therefore, pollution is a demonic mentality. Similarly, grabbing more than what is due to us. It is also a demonic nature. For example, if there are three brothers, if one of the brother is very powerful, and if the father has 100 acres property, he'll make the other two brothers nutty and he'll enjoy all the 100 acres and he'll make them work like servants. This is also demonic nature. And similarly, in the spiritual life, we try to grab others' adhikar. Like if someone is qualified, someone is able to do nice service, we'll stop them. We will tell that, no, you stop doing this service. Actually, we can stop it by requesting them, but by not ordering them. But when we talk, they'll understand. You should say, Prabhuji, Mataji, what do you think? Can you do this? Or is it too much? To what extent you can do this? To that extent only we should push it. But in the garb of the mission, in the garb of sentiment, in the garb of so many things, we always try to put some levels. And in that level, if we try to do it, then the other person, when they are not able to do it, either they get depressed or when they're able to do it, they become very boasted that if they don't exist, the mission will collapse or crash. So these are the type of things that will come. And these are again demonic nature. Wherever there is passion, the demonic nature will take over. It will take over. We are seeing our mother institution, so many cases are happening. Why is this happening? And why it will not happen in our BI? It will also happen in our BI also. Provided we do not follow or stick to the basic principles given by Srila Prabhupada and Srila Sripad. System is the same. Any organization, any institute we make, the system is the same. The system will not change. The system is what is given by the Lord in the three modes of material nature and their harmony. But if we try to exploit it by wearing tilak, we are demons. And that should not happen. If that happens, then of course our spiritual life will be also threatened. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So therefore, we should always respect every living entity and we should always support everyone's Krishna consciousness to the best of their abilities. Second thing we always fail to understand is that we are not the spiritual masters. So when we see our God brothers, we order them by thinking that, okay, you can do it. Whether our God brother is fully oriented towards that, we don't. So therefore, whatever seva they can do, let them go ahead. And mission is what manifests by the blessings of Sri Guru. If the Sri Guru blesses, then even one person can, take the entire mission forward. What to speak of? We don't need 1,000 people. We don't need 10,000 people. One person is enough for the entire BI, or two people are enough for entire mission. But they should be properly qualified, they should be properly situated, and they should be properly guiding the entire company. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Thank you for this nice and wonderful class. Yes, if any of the devotees are having any question regarding today's class, they can raise the hand and ask His Grace Ramaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Dandavat Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I need your comment on a very thing like when we say that anything we should involve in Krishna Seva. So I was thinking yesterday that like music like Sare Gama Pada Nisa. These are the frequencies. Like there are certain frequencies when arranged, they produce some song, any expression, emotions. So I was thinking like when atheist says that there is no God and there is no purpose in the universe, then how these frequencies are there, and these are certain frequencies when arranged they produce some emotions. So there is purpose in these frequencies. So indirectly we can say that there is a purpose in the universe. So this thing, so that's what I was thinking. Like in Bhagavatam, I was studying once. Like it is said that all the things should be engaged in Krishna Seva, even our music, everything, because these musics are given to glorify Krishna. It is not to glorify or to do this. Because what happened, all the songs nowadays are basically related to love or lust and lusty desires. They generate this type of things. So I need your comment, Prabhuji. Like if you from your mouth, like.
Yes, Prabhuji, very nice. See, two things are there. This music is basically Pranavanada. This Omkara's manifestation only comes in the form of this Sarigama Padanisa. Okay. Now, please refer to Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter. There is a verse. Om iti ekakshara brahma vyaharan anusmara. So before that, this verse, the Lord gave another verse actually. This verse is important. Lord says in this verse that if you can chant the holy name of Om, or if you can chant Omkara, and at the same time remember me, then you can be transferred to my planet. At the time of death, if you can do this, then you can be transferred to my planet. And two verses before, the Lord says, people who are in the renounced order, they practice celibacy and they chant Omkara and they try to reach Brahman. So these two verses, I would try to, take the help of these two verses and try to explain to your, things here. So in the preaching, there is something that we tell outside and there is something that stays behind, right? Outside, we will be telling something, but behind there is something, okay? So if our intention is to actually present the Lord in a very scientific and rational and very philosophical way, then definitely it is service. Music, law, everything. For example, in law, you can go to Manu Samhita and you can try to understand what should be the modern law of abortion. Just from Manu Samhita, from Srimad Bhagavatam, we can totally finish this entire culture of abortion if we can take that subject properly. If that can be, taken care of. Entire, this law subject is so nice. Similarly, this music also, if it is engaged in the service of the Lord, so engaged in the service of the Lord, according to our understanding, is proving that the Lord exists. This is the first level actually. The second level is to use the song for the pleasure of the Lord. So that is the next level actually. I have some examples also for this. If you go to Ahobilam, in Ahobilam, there is this, there is one form of the Lord. So he is called Chatravata Narsimha. So he is sitting below a banyan tree. And the pastime is that two persons called Aha and Hukwa, they came and they started playing wonderful music. And when the Lord listened to it, he really went into, enjoyment, and he started dancing. He started, beating on his thigh and all these things. This is the next level of enjoyment. So both are important. Like, when we go into music, very deeply into music, that music should be connected to Krishna. I mean, most of the Hindustani music that we have today there is no sense of Krishna consciousness. There is no tune. There is no Maha Mantra. There is no Krishna there. So that is like the first platform. Persons in the renounced order of life practicing celibacy, they remember Omkara at the time of death and they reach the position of Brahman. That's the first platform. But the second verse is very important. Om iti ekakshara Brahma, Yaharan Anusmaran. So 8th chapter, I think 10th verse. 8th chapter, I think 10th verse. Yeah. Okay, is that clear, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
So if your intention is there to prove that the Lord exists, then that's your you have already put your consciousness into that article or that element. We think that article is only Srila Sripad's article is only a text, very scientifically presented. But Srila Sripad has blended the spiritual energy into that article. He has put his consciousness, his pure consciousness is there in his article. So that's why whenever we read it, we get connected to his pure consciousness. Similarly, if you can do this seva by presenting a scientific article in that direction or even composing a musical album in that direction, and if you have that pure Krishna consciousness in your heart, then automatically, it is already in that platform. Okay? Thank you.
Dandavad Pranam, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, any other devotee would like to ask any question? If so, please raise your hand. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It seems there are no further questions.
Andhra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Patita Pavan Srila Sripad ki jai.
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 Or Premanand.
Hare Hare
Hare.
Bol. Thank you, Prabhu.
His grace Ramaja Prabhu ki jai. Thank you.
Jai.
Thank you all for joining. See you all in tomorrow's class. Hare Krishna.